Shalom Aleichem, sisters and brothers. This is a moment of truth. In any situation in our lives, we must always desire and hope for the truth to reveal itself, to be told, to be famous and known to all, that all people on earth will be able to recognize the truth. It is written that the Creator created the world in his speeches, in 10 sentences that he said that things will be, will happen, will take place, like Yehi Or, Vehi Or, that he said they're going to be light and there was light. In 10 different sentences, he created the world as we know it today. Now, it's also written in a book that is called Sefer Yetzirah, the book of creation, that we have our tradition to believe that that book was written by Avraham Avinu, our holy father Avraham. And in that book there is a very deep and meaningful explanation on the way the Creator created the world. And in that book, and in the explanations and comments on that book, the description is going deeper and deeper into breaking down to details how actually the Creator created the world, the thing we see today, from complete emptiness that was the existence of the present time, of before physical creation. And the book is explaining that all the Hebrew letters, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, all the letters are all coming out from the letter Yud. And Yud is the smallest letter of all the Aleph Bet. And that letter Yud is the beginning of all letters. When you come to write the letter Aleph, you start with writing a small point, a small dot that is similar to Yud, that is the 10th letter in the Hebrew Aleph Bet, and you pull that Yud into a straight line that in the end will become Aleph. So in the book of Yetzirah, he's comparing the Yud to a spring that you pull out rivers from it. So Yud is the 10th letter, like we said, and the 10th letter is in the numeral value of 10, obviously. And 10 is a number that symbolizes completion, like the 10 Sefirot, the 10 spheres, the 10 levels that together, every one of those levels are building, or together they're all creating a certain structure, that structure is actually the structure of the whole world. 7 stages, like 7 days of the week, that are revealed and can be seen to our eyes, and 3 that are beyond our ability to see them and to grasp. And those 10 are the back end of every particle of creation, like atoms that are running in circles. Those Sefirot are the structure that builds and maintain the world in its nature and its existence, holding the power and essence of it within. Now, that letter Yud, that is that round dot, like that spring, is pulling to the sides to wherever you want to pull it to. If you want to write Aleph, you're going to take it to the right bottom angle, and then you're going to lift another line that will complete it to the top, and you're going to pull another line to the bottom left, and there you have Aleph. If you want to write Bet, you have that way of doing that. That's how you pull from the Yud, the river, like it comes out from the source of water, that is the spring. And by that you create another letter. After you have that letter, you can combine that letter with another letter. And then Aleph is joining the letter Bet. And then instead of having two different letters, you have a word. Aleph and Bet together are the word Av. Av means father, for an example. So the combination starts with the letter Yud that is being pulled to be the letter that you start your word with. And 2 letters makes a word, 3 letters makes a larger word, and few words builds a sentence, and a sentence builds a paragraph a portion builds a book, and you have the storyteller, you have the tale, and the book itself. So the book is the book of life. This is the Torah that is telling us the real true history of our lives. The tale itself is our life. It's the reality. And the storyteller is the creator, the maker, that are telling us what really goes on. He's the maker. He's the one who makes all 3 realities take place in the same time. That Oraita, that is the Torah, and the nation of Israel, those are the people who are alive in the world, and Hashem, Itbarach, the Creator Himself, we are all together one unit that reflects itself on the other 2. When we are happy, Hashem is happy. When we are sad, Hashem is sad. When it's written in the Torah that there are going to be good times, we're happy and Hashem is happy. When it's written that there are going to be decrees, we're sad and Hashem is upset. And when Hashem is happy, we're happy. And you can see that in the Torah. And when Hashem has His things going on, the darkness is covering and shading upon the Torah and upon us as well, God forbid. So that unity is being reflected in many, many ways. One of the ways is our life, and the other way is the letters of the Torah. The godliness is shining within us. That's who we are. That's our life. It's the light of our souls. And the Torah is reflecting it in its letters. So when Hashem said His words, that those words created the worlds, He said those words in letters, and forms started to build up in our lives. Trees were growing, animals were walking, people started to travel on earth, and on and on and on. Now, there is a great harmony with all those particles, and everything is reflecting the unity and oneness of its all. And just for us to understand, we know that Hashem, Elokim Emet, God is the God of truth, our Father in heaven, and everything that comes out of His mouth is the truth. Now, when we want to find Him, we don't know where to go, we don't know how to climb to heavens, we don't know how to reach Him, but by being truthful and honest, we're going to find Him, because Hashem is close to everyone that is calling Him with truth. So when you say the truth, even the humble truth, that you feel so low, that you feel so humbled by life, and you're honestly expressing that, by saying the truth, you reveal the fact that you and Hashem are one in your nature, like we explained right now, before, that Hashem is one with His people and with the Torah. So when you say the truth, you're one with Hashem. Even the most humbling truth, it brings you closer and closer to Him. But if, God forbid, the person is lying, so he is twisting the truth, he is replacing the truth with false, with a lie, and by that he's creating walls of separation from our Father in heaven. Like the verse is saying, Dover shekarim lo yikon leneged einav. A person who speaks lies cannot stand in front of his eyes. Now, just to quote the Torah is not enough not to be called a liar. Because if, let's say, now a person is doing something forbidden, let's say he's watching filthy things in his phone, and his wife, let's say, she enters into the room and she's asking him, what are you doing? And he starts saying, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim v'et haaretz. He pretends to be a Torah learner, scholar. And he's like learning Torah. And he's just saying verses. Ashrei ish asher lo halach b'atzat reshaim uvderech chataim lo amad. So his wife, she will say to herself, oh, I'm married to such a learner. Of course that she will not say, I'm married to such a righteous man, because women, they know the true nature of their husbands, and he's kind of pathetic in his situation. So for sure, she will not replace him with a tzaddik to think he's righteous. But she might forget and think that he maybe is learning Torah. So the fact that he said words of Torah, that we obviously going to say those are words of truth, actually in his filthy act, he was plastering the truth, the humbling truth that he is sinning, that he is watching filthy videos, with a lie that seems like the truth. He makes people think that he is a Torah scholar, but actually he's a filthy liar. So, sometimes a person can use the Torah for lies. So, it's not only that if a person is religious, so then he is a person of truth. No. Only when a person is honest, then he is a man of truth. If he is a liar, a long beard, side curls, black jacket, white shirt, dark kippah to his head, will not make him righteous, will not help him to change his nature. Only a pure intention and a good heart will bring him to that success of becoming pure and holy and one with his Maker and with the true Torah. Now, if we want to understand how the Creator created the world with words, it's kind of hard to understand, because let's say that now Hashem said there's going to be light. By saying Yehi Or, there's going to be light, are those words enough to create all light aspects in all its shades, in all its forms, in all the generations, in all the houses, in all the ways that light perform and reveal itself to the world? Light is not only physical light that comes out of the sun. Light is also all the light bulbs and also all the illuminations that people feels within. And it's also the word light that is written in so many books, and children books and history books. There was the day and the light and the time of sunrise. All those are aspects of light. How can it be that one small short sentence, not small but short sentence, they're going to be light, Yehi Or, will create all those lights? Based on what we said, it will be easier to understand that like that all the letters are being pulled like rivers from the spring, Aleph and Bet are coming out of that spring of the letter Yud, that is the source of wisdom, that from it you build and composed all the rest of the letters, and by joining letters you are creating combinations that will create words and sentences and portions of wisdom. In the same way, when Hashem said there's going to be light, when he said that, it was in the aspect of the letter Yud that rivers will break down and drawn from it. So when Hashem said there's going to be light, he actually said in that sentence all the truth about light that will ever be said and seen and exist in all the aspects of light. So for an example, if you have now a light bulb and it's 60 volt and it's in the center of the room, and maybe not exactly in the center, just a little bit to the right or to the left, and it's hanged 20 centimeters from the ceiling, and maybe not exactly 20 centimeters, just 20.3 from the ceiling, and there is a plastic covering, and on, details that are really describing the true nature and essence. It's shining, it's helping me, I'm using it, I turned it on at 4 p.m., I will turn it off in half an hour from now, and all the truth about that light, where I bought it, who created it, who I bought it from, how much it cost, where I got the money from, all the information that brought this light to work is composed through letters. Those are words of truth. Those words of truth are the materia for the creation of the universe. Not only the words Yehi, O, Yud, Hey, Yud, Aleph, Vav, Resh. Also, all the rest of the letters of all the sentences that truly will explain and will open up the truth, uncover the truth from his hidden place, will shine the light of truth, they are the letters that will make the reality takes place. And like we said, there are three aspects to creation: the storyteller, the story, and the tale, like the book and life itself. So the creator is reflecting himself up onto us, and we are his reflection. Our reflection is toward him and to the Torah, and the Torah is toward Hashem and towards us. So when the light is shining from Hashem, so Hashem is the present now. He is the existing now. He is the Havaya Baruch Hu. He is the blessed present time, above time, the present. So he is what that is. He is what that happens now in the present time. He is the Havaya Baruch Hu. He is the blessed present. We are what that happens in our lives, in reality, be'emet, in truth, who that we are, what that goes on with us, what really that happened until now, what that really will happen from now and on. The truth about us, it's who we are. And the Torah aspect of the creation is all the true descriptions in words, in letters of Torah that are composing and building the reality. Those letters are the amazing structure that the world is built up on. It's long, it's amazing, it's heavy and fascinating, it's beautiful, and it's the truth. I bless you to shine and to enjoy this light and to share it among your loved ones, and may the true Redeemer redeem us all and remove all clouds that makes the path dark, from our eyes to see the world in a bright and beautiful way. Amen. You know me, my name is RDMC. With the Muna project, all the nations with me. Close your eyes, just breathe, see the truth. Don't chase the fake world, don't buy the fake news. Be yourself, your own true self. Don't let no one take our natural wealth. No fear, no despair. Cherish who that you are and share. Source of power from an endless spring. Light of courage in yourself.
They can kick you down to the ground. Hold yourself up till you are, put up your crown. King of the Creator, holy soul inside. Focus on the spiritual and you shall